I apologize if you're coming to the stream and expecting pro gameplay or pro commentary or pro video quality or pro visual acuity. Anyways, I'll start from the beginning. I keep the pause menu keeps coming up because I swap over to OBS just to make sure that stuff isn't breaking. Actually, I wish I could. I'm still adjusting my stream. After having streamed with 2 monitors for years, I'm so spoiled by it. I'm having to use one monitor for all of this screen real estate, and it's miserable. It's miserable. I praise it up. Welcome to my hotel stream at E3. Oh yeah, I forgot the new Franker Face Z emotes. Oh my gosh. Yes, Wiener Bose all day long. Excellent. And what Bose? What the shit? Excellent. Fantastic. Yeah, I made waffle specifically for when we hold raffles, and everybody always does waffle and stuff. But oh god, the spam begins. The spam begins. Oh shit! I just did a thing that was bad. Don't do that. Shit. Sorry. Oh, you can't see them on mobile. You're right. I don't think I can. Well, wait, I can put chat on screen. Let me add chat to screen. I'm surprised that my laptop is doing all of these things well, actually. It's quite good. I approve. That's right, laptop. I approve the performance or whatnot. Let me get this on here, and then we'll begin the story of E3. It's not done yet, but it's we're getting there. I don't even need to chroma key anything out. There you go. So if you don't have mobile on or whatever, you can see the. Good job, Taha. You can see the chat and the emotes now. They're fantastic. I can also do this. Oh, what happened? That's more like it. Do I have a laptop cooler? Just my crotch. It's on my crotch. Oh, go poop on your own tits. Pre-ordered. I've missed chat and streaming and everything. Yes, we have the square waves emotes. No, stop distracting me! Oops. The story of Lobos's E3 experience thus far. So first day, I got into LA at like 8:30, and I took a taxi to the hotel, which is the Lowe's Hotel in Hollywood. Goblin Cock! Thank you for the resub, Goblin Cock. Oh shit, I'm getting pooped on by shits. Took a taxi to the hotel. Hung out for a bit. And by 11-ish or noon, we had more people arrive. I actually need to not play to remember what's happened. Who did I meet? Who showed up first? We had Dave Control Live, who, if you don't know, he does YouTube stuff with Dark Souls and all that. We had Frosty, RV Frosty, if you guys know him. He's another Twitch guy, YouTuber also. He also posted a Reddit thread describing his whole experience of the Dark Souls 3 demo and stuff. And then I think, oh no, German Spy came in later, but anyways, long story short, all the people got here. In total, it is me, VaatiVidya, Peverson, Oroboro, or Brandon, Terra Mantis, he's a YouTuber if you don't know him. We have a Barnaby Jones, who's a Soulbright member. Oh, Dreaded Cone, of course, he's a Soulbright member. Actually, most of the guys are Soulbright. Who else? Jerp Does Games, another Soulbright member. I'm forgetting somebody, I feel like a terrible person. A German Spy who worked on the Bloodborne strategy guide, and perhaps more. He also has a YouTube channel that, I don't know. Epic Name Bro could not make it. He's very busy with stuff. Though he was invited. So Lobos, you got to make out with Peeve to celebrate Dark Souls 3. Did that before Dark Souls 3, way before that. German Spy is here with us, yes. So anyways, everybody showed up. It was cool. Everybody was super awesome in person. We ate at Dave & Buster's and played frickin' arcade games. And generally had a good time. Monday, actually Sunday I went down to E3 with a couple of guys and we got our badges. Where's the badge? There you go. This is the I am an important person badge, kind of. Not really. It says YouTube though. Look, Michael Andrew Villalobos. That's my name. Not LobosJr. Also, I work for YouTube, apparently. Apparently. Anyways. Got our badges. Had nothing to do. Monday was pretty much, more people were getting in, and there was nothing to do at E3. They had conferences. I hooked up my laptop to the TV. We watched the Microsoft, yes, Microsoft, Ubisoft, Sony conferences. We watched those, and then that night we had dinner and brewskis with our contact with Bandai Namco, who is Joseph Karch. My first name is not Lobos, no. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, he's a community manager that talks to us, and we had a good time with him, and kind of talked about what we were going to do on Tuesday. And then, oh yeah, I guess I can get to that. Reaction to The Last Guardian. Well, if you didn't see my reaction to The Last Guardian, go check my Twitter, because I was kind of like live tweeting, and I exploded. I literally exploded. And Pete was in bed next to me when The Last Guardian was announced, so he also tweeted about it, and he felt the explosions firsthand, so he could tell you. Ghost Iguana, thank you so much for your 3 months of support. I really appreciate it. As well as McDoodley for the host. Thank you guys. And Grim, H. That's it. Grim Triple H. And Work That Sphincter. I'm sorry I missed you guys. Resubs. Yeah, I exploded all over Peeve. It was a little embarrassing, but we are all adults here and stuff. Of course, they've been making The Last Guardian for like the past 10 years. And wait, I'm on the front page? What the hell? Why am I on the front page? I guess everybody that's somebody is at E3's not streaming, so that gets me a reason to be on the front page. Hold on. I need to change the stream title. Hotel stream and E3 recap thus far. Gaming talk shows is what I'm playing. I guess I need to put myself, well, I'll just keep myself on gaming talk shows because I'm mostly just talking and not playing nearly as much. Anyways, what were we talking about? The Last Guardian. Yes. 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 Very excited for that. If I haven't said it a billion times already, I bought a PlayStation 3 like 7 years ago for The Last Guardian. 7? Because I was like, oh yeah, it's coming out soon, you know. I gotta make it soon. So I might as well buy a PS3. And then it came out. Disappeared into the nothingness that is game development. Anyways. Also Horizon. They showed Horizon like right after that, and that game looks fucking amazing. Which I'm gonna go to an exhibit or a booth, whatever you want to call it, that will be showing off Last Guardian and Horizon, and Uncharted 4. Not as much of an Uncharted fan, but I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Horizon looks badass though. Super hyped for that. Anyways, that was Monday. We watched all the conferences and stuff, and generally jizzed all over ourselves. Stuff like that. I'm streaming awfully late. Well, okay, for those of you who have just joined, if you don't know, I'm at E3. I'm in Los Angeles for E3, and just doing a stream to catch up with you guys. Is this? A wild somebody who's just entered the room. I did. There was like a hold function key and press F6 to enable it. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's the one and only Peeverson in the flesh.
Yeah, they might believe you.
If you didn't know, Peeve is Australian. Or is it Australian?
No, it's Australian.
Oh, okay. Alright.
You told him about Dark Souls 3 yet? He just thought.
I've been recapping the day or the trip thus far. Anyways, no, it's not Peeve. Sorry, I trolled some people. It's not Peeve. It's Vaati. Say something Dark Soulsy, and then
me and Peeve are the ones that don't show our face anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was talking about. You guys are all talking to Peeve, and it's funny. Everybody's gonna think of Peeve now. Everybody's gonna screenshot and be like, Peeve's on Lobos stream. Anyways, yeah, Vaati and I are sharing a room because we're boyfriend and girlfriend, or something like that.
Yeah, that tweet from your girlfriend.
Yeah. That voice. I just confirmed Peeve is Vaati's alter ego. Oh, fair enough. Hi May, how's it going? Hi Bearsley. This is a new Frank face that I have.
Vaati, vids please. You better tell them too much about Dark Souls 3. I have a video to make.
That's right. That's why I'm streaming now, is to steal Vaati's thunder. But I don't have his voice, so at least he'll have that. Anyways, where was I? Tuesday, E3 opens up. Right when you walk in the doors to E3 to the left, there is this giant Dark Souls 3 fountain. If you didn't see pictures on my Instagram or Twitter or whatever, it's like the main protagonist for Dark Souls 3 is like stabbing a sword into like this hollow who's on the ground, and there's another sword that like you can go up and push down on, and feedback on the mic so bad. I'm sorry. Deal with it. It's a hotel stream. Anyways, whenever you push down on it, like black blood like spews up from the hollow's body. Although now it's just on permanently. So
yeah, it was interesting when we talked to the From Software guys, and they were like, "That fountain was surprising. We didn't expect." It's probably not going to look like that in game, basically.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Anyways, we met up with the community manager, Jay. We call him Jay. Joseph Karch.
Yeah.
I think it's Karch. I looked up.
We call him Jay.
Yeah, we call him Jay. Anyways, and they did
Hobbit Raid.
Happy Hobbit Raid? Happy Hobbit Raid?
You know what that means?
What does it mean? Oh, okay. This guy's name is Happy Hobbit. Hi, Happy Hobbit. You look really happy, and so do your raiders. Welcome. Why am I getting raided by Happy Hobbit? You're actually raiding VaatiVidya stream, and I don't think he appreciates it.
Yeah, you're
So, yeah. I don't know, he's stealing my viewers, so I don't know, it's a complicated thing. Were you also doing gaming, were you playing gaming talk shows on Twitch? Thank you for that host, Happy Hobbit. I'm going to continue boring everybody with my E3 stories.
I'm going to work on that video.
Okay, Vaati's working on a video that's secret, so. And he's very tired. Hi, Happy Hobbit. It's P stream. You're right, it's P stream, I'm sorry. Yes. Anyways. So we get there, we meet up with Jay. He introduces us to a couple of other Namco employees. And actually, they have like kind of they hired some like third-party guys to do like recording and just kind of general, you know, documentation of E3 and all that stuff. And they slot us some time slots to do some interview stuff and give them kind of like first impression on the Dark Souls 3 trailer, kind of we introduce ourselves and tell them what we do in the Souls community and that kind of stuff. Because apparently they're going to be making like a video and putting it on social media, YouTube maybe, and they're just going to kind of be like, hey, these are our community Souls guys, and this is what they do, and stuff like that. Peeve is a total nerd. Oops. Well, I'll tell him that when I see him. Now there's going to be a permanent, just like Fieldy being my sister, now there's going to be a forever running joke that Peeve is Vaati, or vice versa. Vaati is Peeve. Anyways.
He used to say I was only F, and that one was actually kind of believable. He didn't show his voice anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. What are you talking about, Doom Dimension? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, LobosJr, you're going to be famous. What? Graphics over gameplay? Anyways, let me continue so I can actually get to the Dark Souls 3 part. I did my interview, they asked me some loaded questions. What symbolism did you see in the Dark Souls 3 trailer? And I'm like, oh, there was like a Dark Souls guy and he was cool. That wasn't even in the trailer, but I was like, well, yeah, the giant's rising up. That's symbolic of the giants making a return or some shit like that. I bullshit some answer like, you know, any school report. But after that, they strapped a GoPro on my chest and they were like, walk around and like push down the sword and make the fountain go off and go talk to. They had this guy in cosplay, basically like the protagonist of Dark Souls 3. I guess they've only shown. You guys have probably only seen that character in like screenshots or because he's not in the trailer, right?
Nope.
Yeah, he's not in the trailer, but
he's the poster child for
the
game.
The poster guy. Yeah. Yeah,
there's a few more details you don't see. He's got like a short cape that's constantly like singed and on fire.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
His helmet's like melted
or
something, like it's been on fire. I like it.
Yeah. Cool. Quite cool. We really haven't seen much. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, the Red Knight. Yes, that is what they call him. Yes. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, the GoPro, right. They wanted me to go up to the Red Knight and be like, you know, just high-five him or whatever. So there might be some really weird, awkward, like, wide-angle lens footage on the video that they make of me being like, hey, what's up, Knight? And like high-fiving him or something.
Yeah. They were like, act excited, but don't, like, we've been looking at this thing for like 3 hours at that point.
Yeah.
It was really awkward.
Yeah. Anyways, You want to see gameplay? I do not have gameplay. I'm sorry. But soon enough, it will become available. That is Vaati that you hear, but he's working on a video, so we don't want to bother him. That's actually Pete you hear. Popcorn Colonel Jr., thank you for the resub. Thank you very much. Even all garbled, Vaati's voice is smooth as butter. Okay, so everybody does their individual interviews. We get some footage for the guys, and they're like, sweet, cool. And then we have a scheduled demo for a presentation for Dark Souls 3 at 3 o'clock. And we get in this line, and Namco has this entire meeting room rented out. And sure, I can do that pre-order. I'm fine with that. Let me, where is my, oh, Fieldy's logged on to her Spotify. That's lame. I'll put on my Spotify and just, yeah, I'll expand the face cam so you can just stare at my face or whatever. I know you guys like to do that, right? Blah, 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 blah. Where did Spotify go? There it is. Log in with Facebook. Oh. Sure. Okay. Nice. Not even huge chat. Chat is huge. Humongous. I'll make this bigger too so people don't ask what the hell I'm doing. Hopefully. Okay, so the cool part. They're like, so Namco's got their own big meeting room, and they have a bunch of games set up. And then there's, in the corner, there's like a big black, like, gigantic cubicle thing that's boxed in. And then there's like a doorway with curtains. And then there's like a, you know, like a rope line where people line up. And we all, I got actually there like right at the last minute, but we all enter this curtain as they're pouring like smoke and fog through it, as you know, it's a fog gate or whatever. And the entire room, like the walls have like Dark Souls 3 imagery, which is, you know, cool enough. But Miyazaki is there at his podium and his translator, and we're all just kind of like giggling and laughing. They've got like these big benches, they're kind of like church pews or something, and maybe 30-40 people packed into the room. And so yeah, they give us a like PowerPoint slideshow, and they hit on a few points about what their goals are for Dark Souls 3. Ultimately, I mean, I'm not a details man at all, so you're going to want to look to like people's Reddit posts or VaatiVidya's video for that stuff. I didn't take audio recording or anything. I just like to go in and like watch and be like, okay. So I don't have the exact words or anything off the PowerPoint presentation, but basically it's like they want to continue the Souls stuff. By the way, it's headed by Miyazaki, confirmed. And he wants to just kind of continue the Souls series and keep the mechanics like relatively the same as we know it, except, you know, improve and evolve them from where Souls has been before. Yes, Vaati is making a video specifically about that, and yeah, stuff like that. Anyways, oh yeah, and there's that Reddit post that ACOG posted from Frosty. Yep, he's got more details probably because I think he had an audio recording as well. So if you want the super deets there, but if you want the visceral reactionary commentary, keep it here or something, or don't, whatever. Anyways, I'll get to questions after I finish up Humilian, but and you guys' questions will probably spark like, oh yeah, I do remember seeing this and that. But they give us a slideshow presentation. They're like, it's supposed to be a very like apocalyptic world, And I don't remember if they set out right, but it's definitely like after 1 and 2, and it surrounds, the story is around these Lords of Cinder, which are essentially, from what we can gather, the, you know, like the chosen undeads from cycles before that have, you know, kindled the fire and sacrificed themselves, and kind of, now they're all resurrecting, and as a protagonist, you're going and slaying them, because presumably they're bad? I don't know. There might be some reason to it more than that. But, they're very specific on, like, they want it to be like an ashen world with a fading sun, and very, like, very gray, but like uniquely styled, and not kind of like, I don't know, kind of unique as far as the stylistic choices have gone. Trying to remember exactly what was on the slideshow, but I don't know, we'll just get straight to where the gameplay demo. So they fire up the game. First impressions, it looks like Bloodborne graphics with Souls, you know, medieval though, obviously, so castles everywhere. A lot of the animations and movement remind me of Souls 1, Dark Souls 1, very much. And they they're in this world, in this area that's like, you can see castles everywhere, kind of like in Orlando, but they make a very specific point that, like, those castles super far in the, oh, stop scratching, I'm sorry, I'm like wiping stuff off there's like all these dust particles on the thing. Anyways, yeah, what ACOG said. What was I saying? Oh yeah, lots of castles in the background and stuff, and they made a very specific point to say that you can go to all of those castles and there's an interior and you can explore them and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like the first time you enter Orlando, there's like a bunch of like architecture and buildings and you're like, holy crap, but then you end up just like going in the building with the rafters, and then you go in the building that's got, you know, like ONS and all that stuff, and that's kind of it. But in this one, it's like, there's that much, maybe not that much stuff, but there's a lot of buildings, and you're going to be able to go to all of them and do this and that. They confirmed that it's only going to be on the next-gen consoles, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, so it'll be on PC with DirectX 11. No, I don't think that's what... As far as gameplay, I think the first time the public's going to see gameplay is going to be like around Gamescom. That's what I recall. And Gamescom's in September, I think? So there's that. Well, yeah, because I have details of what the game actually looks like. Well, trailers are great, but, you know, trailers are never representative of the game. Anyways, what it seemed like to me, part of the area was probably set up and built as they were going to have it in the final game. But I think they built the area specifically so that you would like encounter different enemies as you go along, and they would kind of be able to demonstrate, you know, different weapons and stuff like that. So I don't think any of it is actually going to be what it looks like at launch, but there's a bunch of like kind of like hollow undead people who are like neutral. They're not trying to attack you. They're like, you know, praying into these trees that have like other hollows like hanging in them, and there's very much a sense of, well, as they said, apocalyptic, like world's coming to an end and all shit's gone to hell. And I'm just gonna stop reading stuff so I can just continue the story, and then I'll look at chat when we start doing Q&A and things like that. Oops. But I will answer this question really quickly since I saw it. Avantis said, do you fear a downgrade in graphics/lighting? I still look at the Dark Souls 2 trailer and I'm like, holy shit, that looks amazing compared to Dark Souls 2. And this doesn't. This looks like Bloodborne graphics in the Souls world with, you know, slightly, you know, not a world better that I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be the best thing ever, and potential for downgrade. I don't think that'll happen at all. Miyazaki did say that it was going to be 30 FPS, so maybe somebody can make a DS fix for that, 60 FPS it. But I believe that, for multiple reasons, that they will keep it to 30 FPS, unless they seem to make a choice at the end. I don't know about the ACOG. Like it, yeah. For now, like I think 30 FPS is the thing, and I'm okay with that. I'm personally okay with that. I love Bloodborne, and I don't even notice there's 30 FPS. I just notice when I play something else, and it's 60 FPS. So I don't think it detracts from the experience. I just think it benefits it when it is 60 FPS. So there's that. Anyways, they start and they kind of look around for a while, and it looks like Dark Souls. Everything's very like medieval. The guy's armor is, as Vaati mentioned, the main character is like very evidently like singed. The cape on the edges has like this orange glow that keeps like fading in and out. Looks very cool, like it's constantly embers or whatever. You know, standard cloth physics. The lighting looks good. It looks like, I keep saying it, but it just looks like Bloodborne engine and Souls gameplay, which is fucking perfect. That's all I could want. That's more than I could want. I would be happy with like just Dark Souls 2 graphics again, but looks better than that. So that's good. He starts walking through these hollows who are like praying to these trees, and they're just kind of like, you know, they're fucking distraught. And there's this big like ash dragon that's like dead on a bridge, and its head kind of like looms off the edge towards like the walkway that you're walking on. And the first enemy comes at you, and it's seems like a kind of a standard hollow enemy. The one thing that I noticed that has happened in the past is, like from Demon Souls to Dark Souls, for example, they would have like a hollow enemy, and it would have like literally the same animations. And I haven't seen much of that. There's been a little bit, but I'll touch on that later because it's not a negative thing. But it is nice. Like it's okay when they do that because it's kind of like a throwback. Like, oh yeah, I remember that enemy. But none of them have like the same ability packages or anything. And most of the gameplay is as you would expect in Dark Souls. He's got a shield. He starts off with a short sword, and you know, takes care of the first couple enemies, and you're like, cool, that was cool. Then they go on to show off a new feature to the Souls series, which is sword arts, I believe they called it. And essentially, what I saw from it was that you can like two-hand your weapon, and then like hit the L2 button, and then your character would like enter this ready position, where they're kind of like holding their sword up while and you can move while doing this, and stances. Yeah, I mean it's a stance, but like what they put on the PowerPoint and on the like controller that had the mappings. Whenever they died, like their load screen was just a controller, and it was like, here's what all the buttons are, and it was like sword arts or sword action or something like that. And yes, Sword Art Online, yes, they just put that game in the game. Anyways, and from that stance, you can activate some fucking sweet abilities, and they have, like when you do those abilities, there's like a weapon trail, there's like a white trail whenever you do it, and it's like extra, it's different per weapon, obviously, but he does like a short sword, and there was like a kind of a sweep attack, and like a charge forward thing. very cool, very awesome, and the ability to just kind of like change up the gameplay. Like it adds more. It's almost like Bloodborne, like trick weapons, but not a trick weapon, if that makes sense. Like you can kind of activate a mode where it gives you different attacks. But it looked very cool. It's very cool. And you know, I've been keeping a watchful eye, being like, they want to do new features, but hopefully they don't do them wrong or anything like that. But everything so far I've seen has been fucking sweet. Especially when later on they grab the greatsword, which, as you know me, I love me some greatswords. Yeah, that thing has a fucking scoop. Scoops are back. If you remember the Black Knight greatsword in Dark Souls 2, I call it Black Knight greatsword because that's the original name. That's the one I like. That had like the R2 scoop, and I think they took that out with 2. I don't even remember. I don't like the Ultra Greatsword. I just don't even use that. Yeah, it was called the Greatsword, like, you know, the Greatsword we know and love from Dark Souls 2, and it was in 1 as well, but I didn't use it as much. The Greatsword looks more closely to like a Zweihander. It's not the big fucking green super giant sword as in Dark Souls 2. It's kind of back to a medieval look. So yeah, you go into like your stance with the greatsword, and there's a fucking charge ability, which is really awesome. It like closes ground real quick, and like I don't remember if it slams down or it's like a side swipe or what. And then of course there's a fucking scoop, where you scoop them and they fly straight up in the air and get wrecked. So they own some enemies pretty well with that ability. I can confirm that parrying and reposting looks exactly like Dark Souls 1. Like, it's the quick, you get behind them, hit R1, boom, there you go, you're backstabbing him. And the parrying was not the shit where you knock them down under their ass for like, you know, 10 seconds and you're waiting there and you're like, okay, now hit R1. It's the parry and they're like, and you just hit R1 and immediately riposte them in the crotch. So I was very happy to see that, because Dark Souls 2 parrying, I did that shit like on 2 enemies ever. And anyways. So they continue through the level, and they come to this one part where like there's stairs up and there's like a path that leads continuing on. The path that leads continuing on has like all these hollows, and they're like, well, this looks like a difficult area, so maybe we'll go upstairs first. And then he runs upstairs and there's some enemies, but then the fucking dragon flies down and breathes fire across this whole like upper area. And Miyazaki was like, I love putting dragons in the first areas of Souls games, and we were just like, we know. Why is there music playing? Is the music too loud, or can I... Oops. Like, boom. I can turn it down. I don't know if it's too loud or what. But, there have been some more revealing things, Velocity Cake, yeah. If you guys have questions, I'll tackle them later, after I get through the description. It's not too much longer, because I start to forget details. Anyways. Better now? Okay. So the dragon shows up, and the guy's like, it was kind of evident that they had like stats pumped up, or like some sort, like, you know, some debug stuff on, because he kept like blocking the fire like multiple times in a row. He'd get pushed back and stuff, but he'd like never die. Although he did die during the gameplay like twice. I don't know. Anyways, not important. He goes up, triggers the dragon, and then he goes back down, and like the dragon killed all the guys, and so they were like, you see, you can use the environment to your advantage when you get in a sticky situation. You know, kind of obvious stuff, but it's evident that on this note, Miyazaki has said that he is taking control of the level design, which is always a good thing. So we're not going to have the Dark Souls 2, like, go here, and then just work back, and then go here, and then work back. It should be the quality that we know and love from Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne. So that's very exciting. he runs past the dragon. I was hoping, because the dragon, like, he ran past, there was like 2 fire breath areas. Up top where he climbed the stairs, and then like the hallway downstairs that he cleared out the hollows with. And it was just kind of a timing thing again. It breathed fire, and then as soon as it stopped, he just sprint. And he made it all the way, and it breathed fire again. I was hoping that as soon as he had run past it, he looked up kind of at the dragon, and I thought the dragon was going to turn and like start breathing there. Kind of more dynamic, big enemy stuff like that, but it eventually just kind of gave up and flew away. It was actually at that point that he picked up the greatsword and continued on, but the order of that is not really relevant. This whole time that they're playing, there's no HUD, presumably just because it's, you know, it's in development. There's definitely going to be a HUD. They just didn't have it any representative, except for the gesture menu. They did pop open the gesture menu, and after like one of the fights, the dude like praised the sun. So I guess praise the sun is confirmed back. And he also did joy. Joy that we know and love from Dark Souls 1. I don't remember if it's in 2. I didn't gesture a lot in 2, honestly. Yeah. But the bow. I'll get there, True Witty. Can I talk about bonfires? They actually didn't show the mechanic that was leaked or whatever, where you like sacrifice a dude or drag a dude somewhere and create a mobile bonfire or something like that. Like, they didn't really talk about that. But they did talk about, they had these little like gravestones that you would go over to, and you could like light them with your torch or just activate them, one of the two. And they would give you little lore bits, like by just interacting with this gravestone. So I think they're trying to make the lore a little bit more accessible. They might like hide the gravestones, so you gotta explore and find them to get these story pieces, but it'll be more than just item descriptions and stuff that you can glean the story from. Additionally, the lighting effects, like when you went indoors, the torch stuff looks just like Dark Souls 2. Well, Scholar of the First Sin specifically, like darkness is a thing and torches will light up and be important. Again, I don't think there's any worry about downgrading the graphics before the game comes out. Interestingly enough, the actual gameplay was, the FPS was fluctuating, but it was definitely going past 30 FPS, and it was 60 FPS at times. Had to be, like, it was super smooth. But they did say that it was going to be 30 FPS, so probably just their PC build, and they hadn't locked down the frame rate yet because, you know, before they optimize, they don't want to lock the frame rate because, I don't know, they want to know what their frame rates are hitting at. Gameplay should be public at Gamescom Dragon in September. I don't know what was being played on, what the demo was being played on, whether it was console or PC or whatever, so unfortunately did not get that info. So the guy he like entered a few indoor areas. They were like, look, you can use firebombs to explode barrels and take care of you know, groups of enemies with your smart wiseness. That's right, smart wiseness. Brotar, it is PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Not cutscenes, True Witty. It would pop up like a dialogue thing, and you would basically read what it says on the tombstone. From what I recall, anyways.
I think it was called an epitaph?
An epitaph, yeah, you would read an epitaph. Off of the actual gravestone or whatever. So, at some point, the guy picks up these scimitars, which he picks up the weapon, and the icon is a dual weapon. So the idea being that you can pick up a pair of weapons, and from the get-go, you're able to dual wield them, as opposed to, you know, cool, I got a short sword, now let's wait until the next short sword that I find. But you can also individually, like, you know, you can sword and board with that, with just one of those weapons, or you've got the full dual wield. And the sexiness was when they do the fucking special up, charge up moves with the scimitars as well. Holy crap. There was like at least 3 unique abilities that he did with it. He did like this single spin. It was like a whirlwind attack. Think like Diablo 3 or something. Just like a fucking just once. But then there was also like a triple spin with a follow-up like slamming both scimitars down ability. And then there was like one other one that was, I don't even remember. I feel like it was just like kind of a stronger double attack thing. So that shit was cool. And they were like, the guy playing, the translator was like, alright, so he's going to try and use this ability on this next group of enemies, but he died the first time we showed this off, so hopefully he doesn't die. And sure enough, like, four or five hollows just like come charging at him, but he was kind of positioned so that they're all like right next to each other, and then he pops the whirlwind move and he just fucking wrecks them all, and we were all like stuff like that. I do remember a couple of the enemies absolutely chugging Estus, so that's obviously still a thing. I mean, that's not really surprising, but it was just funny because they were talking about mechanics, and so the guy wasn't really necessarily, he wasn't trying to kill the guy, they were just trying to demonstrate how stuff works. And he had done some damage to like one of the knight guys, and like we're all just watching while they're describing, and the knight's just like, good, good. And we're just like, that's, I don't know. It's funny if you're a Souls player, and absolutely not funny if not. No, yeah, I can describe the armor. I mean, I did to the best of my ability. I mentioned before I started this that I'm not really a super detailing guy, but I will spout back what I remember. But some of the guys got, you know, audio recordings and have, you know, word for word what was being said. There's no... I think we got some images, but I don't think it's... I think it's basically kind of what's on the internet already. And we got like high-res versions of the trailer and stuff. Is well, what is it back? I don't think I saw that in the gesture list, but you never know. What were we talking about? Scimitars. Yep, the scimitars were sweet. So the dual wielding seemed to be like... actually, I don't know if it's like Dark Souls 2, like the power stancing. I don't remember if I saw the standard like power stance abilities. Like if you were to hit L1 or L2 and... yeah, L2 and L1 after your power stancing. But they definitely showed the charge up attacks and stuff. It's yeah. As a first impression, Dark Souls 3 is like a combination of Dark Souls 1 with Demon Souls and Bloodborne. But mostly, like, most of the feel that I got was Dark Souls 1. Though some of the enemies were like, hey, that sounds kind of like Demon Souls. Yeah. So, very specific question, Ethan. I don't know. Hold on. What else? I'm trying to remember what else before I move on. There was this, oh wait. Oh yeah, right, okay. So, the guy dies and respawns at this bonfire. Oh wait, he does die to this enemy that is pretty unique. So he walks up to like this group of like hollows or whatever, and they're kind of like doing their own thing, not being too aggressive. And he goes into like attack one, and I didn't really catch if it was one of them or some other creature, but like suddenly this swirling mass of like black, like corrupted kind of slime material almost, like fucking just swirls out of nowhere, and like the enemies are like caught in the swirl as like part of it, and it starts attacking you, and it's very much like Morphe, and like it's got this big arm at some points, it's got like a mouth at some points, kind of like almost like, you know, that kind of shape. But it was like morphing a bunch, and the dude playing gets shreked by it. But it was a really interesting enemy, and kind of a new. It was a new way to get ambushed, right? You're about to fight, yeah, just some hollow guys, but then this fucking swirly thing comes out of nowhere. Venom confirmed, yes. Anyways, I mean, I don't know how often that would be a thing, or if that's a theme throughout the game or what. But he dies to them and to that enemy. And when he respawns, they're like, well, we have a shortcut to the boss unlocked for this demo. So he takes a shortcut. As I mentioned before, Miyazaki level design. So from the very first bonfire, like there's some sort of shortcut once you make it all the way through there that you can unlock and then have quicker travel back to the boss. So we didn't hear any of the soundtrack really, not a Rick. He was running around in the level, which was just the standard, you know, levels don't really have music until you get to the boss fights, of course. So, but we'll get there. So he starts traversing like down through the shortcut area to head to the boss, and there's what did he have? I'm trying to remember what this enemy had. He had like I think it was like a two-handed. Was it a two-handed sword enemy when he fought with the bow?
Yeah,
the big
like this really tall, lanky, hollow thing.
Yeah.
Really long-range weapon. I don't remember that one either.
He had like a super delayed attack though. I remember that.
I think it's because we were all looking at the bow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How fast.
Yeah. So he picked up the short bow, and they made a very they made a point that short bow and long bow were going to be quite different in the sense that the short bow is like super. You can be super agile with that thing now. Like he was doing roll attacks with like immediately shooting out of the gate and like.
Was it twice as fast?
Yeah, it was like twice as fast and just. I mean, bow only runs are going to be way easier now. No, I'm just kidding. But Vaati confirmed awake. Yes. Vaati's working on his video thing. So he will have all of the lore bits, I'm sure, figured out. I'm sure he's already knows what the game is entirely about or whatever. That's right. That's right. So as far as healing items, we only saw him using Estus, but they had the UI turned off, so we don't know if it was insta-heal like Bloodborne, or if it was like trickle heal like Dark Souls 2. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Peeve is working on the video. The sound design was great, you know, it's everything I expect from a Souls game. I don't really have any more description for that. It's as you would hope and expect for a Souls game. It wasn't lacking, even though that was like alpha or pre-alpha content that we were looking at.
Did you talk about backstabs and parries?
I did. Yes. If you weren't here for that earlier, Dark Souls 1 backstabs and parries and riposts are basically what they have in Dark Souls 3. So get behind the dude, hit R1, boom, there you go. Doing the backstab, and the parries are not to knock the dude on the ground for 30 seconds and then hit R1 to parry. It's very much the parry you know and love from Dark Souls 1. They did show the Torch Pluto, and it's like Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, if I had to describe it. But overall, the entire game is like Bloodborne quality engine, so looks very good. So they demonstrate the bow for a while, and it's very evident that you can be super fast with this thing. And I mean, I don't know how to describe it more, but they shoot it very quickly, and you can very soon after you can recover. You're able to roll and do all the actions that you want to do. Oh, yeah, is guard break a thing still? We saw him kick, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but he kicked. So. Kick is kind of a guard break, but in the sense that Dark Souls 2, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see that. They didn't show us any magic, no. It was all melee stuff. And the shield he had the whole time kind of looked like a kite shield, like the Caduceus shield or the Drangleic shield, kind of. I don't know, but it was just kind of a standard small shield with like 100% block or whatever. is the movement heavy. Movement looked exactly like Souls, you know, Dark Souls 1, basically. It didn't have the... If I recall... Would you say the rolls were like Dark Souls 1 more than 2?
I mean, Dark Souls 1 rolls weren't directional. Like, you couldn't
as far
the direction.
Right.
So I'd say they're more like 2 in that regard.
But I guess I was talking more about the animation, though. Like, 2 is like the super smooth, you're like, when you roll. I don't know.
I thought it was like a really fast Dark Souls 2 roll.
Okay. Yeah, like a faster Dark Souls 2, which, like, would be less smooth if it's faster, so I don't know. The roll seems more like Dark Souls 1, but I hadn't paid attention. You saw, like, omnidirectional rolling? As opposed to this... Okay, yeah. What are other rolls like? Yeah. I would say Dark Souls 1 with the Dark Souls 2 like directional system, so you're not locked to only forward and back and left and right, like you can also do diagonals. Are you more happy, disgruntled, or other about it having so much influence from Dark Souls 1? No, I think it's fucking fantastic. I don't know why you would be disgruntled. I mean, everybody and their mother, not me included, was like disappointed with Dark Souls 2 because it wasn't Dark Souls 1, so I think everybody will be appointed with that. Anyways, so the final thing before they get to the boss is there's these 2 big fucking armored knights, and one of them had a spear and shield, and one of them had a sword and shield, and the armor was very, like, it looked super shiny and very, like, not overly shiny or anything like that, but just the armor that they were wearing was very high quality, and it made me like, I want to farm these guys for their whole armor set, you know, that kind of thing. The fashion souls will be real, I can assure you that. Well, I guess I can't technically assure you that since they didn't really show much armor sets, but they just had the one thing. But anyways, the armor looks awesome. And the spear, what was cool there is that those big knight dudes were doing like the stance changing like you could, and you know, they'd swap to 2-hand, they'd do sword and board, and they had some of those power attacks like I was describing before. The spear guy in particular was basically like a red-eye knight from Demon Souls, or blue-eye knight, or green-eye, whatever you want to compare him to. Yeah, there's cloth physics, absolutely. But like he even had the spear dude had the like charge attack that the fucking red-eye knights do, and I hate that charge attack, but anyways. Ragdoll physics are confirmed because he killed the first guy, and the dude got like embedded in the ground with like his ass up in the air, and they're like, they kind of like tried to keep the camera away from that while that was happening, and the audience was just kind of chuckling, and Miyazaki just kept talking. Anyways, we beat the shit out of those guys, and then they finally enter the boss arena. They open like these big set of double doors, and you walk in and it's obviously a boss arena. It's a cool place with like these big pillars, big wide pillars, and there's like an altar-ish area that he steps up onto, and there's like a statue with like a dude like decapitating himself, was it? Or something like that. Yeah, there's like a dude with like a sword like to his neck, I think it was, and then like some other statues, and very descriptive. And then he loots like a soul of a proud knight, and that triggers a cutscene. I probably won't be, I don't know, could be a soul of a proud knight, but it seems a little... No, Miyazaki had a translator, Odin. Yeah, he had a translator, so... And one of the... Actually, if you guys know a German spy, he was there, and he kind of made the point that they specifically choose like a translator who's not the best at English, so that we kind of get these vague details, like, as answers. So in case we do answer something and they can kind of talk about it, but they don't want to really give too many responses, like we get like a... They kept saying, exclusive for PS4 and Xbox One, although their slide presentation, and they had already mentioned it was for PC, but what they actually meant was that it's not for the old gens. But I feel like people could have walked away from that thinking, wait a minute, I'm not going to be able to play this on PC? But yeah. Hi, Fieldy. Here's Lobosful. Fieldy. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go grab some water real quick. Here, stare at VaatiVidya does
That's so awkward. Oh, that's a question, so I didn't promise. Hey guys. You can ask me some questions. I'm so tired. God. I got like a cold as soon as I got here as well. So like, I've got a cold, I'm jet lagged. I don't know what it is more. It's very more jet lagged than cold maybe. Hey guys. Hello. There's like 1 AM here or something. Is combat fast like Bloodborne or more like Dark Souls 1 and 2? I think it retains that Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls speed. Wouldn't you say, Lobos?
What?
It's not like it's not as fast as Bloodborne. It's still got that like slow, methodical, tactical kind of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering like how are they going to make it faster?
Yeah. I would say like Souls 1 is what it looked like to me. There definitely wasn't dashing like Bloodborne. It was a normal roll. The backsteps kind of looked unique. He backstepped at one point and I was like, huh, I don't really recognize the animation from anywhere, but I don't know, it could be just one backstep or something. Tell me a bedtime story. Are you warm? Well, I had this laptop on me, so.
No.
Do you mind if I can?
Prequel or sequel? That's a good question. Did you talk about the Lord of Cinder thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they said that the objective of the game is to go through the world and take out the Lords of Cinder. And I guess Lords of Cinder must be the people who kindled the fire at the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
Instead of choosing the dark ending, maybe?
I guess.
And the fact that we're taking them out is kind of like, are they evil? It's kind of weird. Yeah. They said that the protagonist is a dark hero.
Right, that's right. Dark hero, and you're taking out Lords of Cinder, and as soon as they like showed that on screen, I was like, well, we're gonna fight Gwen again, or like Dark Gwen, or some sort of rehashed Gwen, not rehashed, but like Giant Gwen, or something like that. I don't know.
So it's hard to say if that makes it, I guess that makes it a sequel, really. I mean, it could happen anywhere in the timeline, I suppose, but probably towards the end, because it's an apocalyptic setting, things have gone to shit even more than usual, I guess. Yeah.
Locked on sprinting. The guys were not playing fast at all. They were very, like, anytime they were moving, they were pretty much walking, and in combat, they're just like, chilling, so I don't know about that.
The run animation was really Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1, yeah. I don't think he jumps. Did he jump?
No, I think so.
Yeah. A lot of it seems to have gone back to Dark Souls 1. High five or something before chat. Good job.
Good job. Happy. You better get a sub for that or something? Or, is that how this works?
Yes. And Vati better get 3 subs. I don't know.
I get followers just from like being in the chat.
That's right. That's right. You do.
For me.
Everybody go follow VaatiVidya on Twitch because he streamed like once when the Sunken King DLC came out.
Chat's so nice. So nice to me.
What were you talking about? Oh. But they confirmed that the dude standing up in the cinematic trailer was like, the name of him was the Giant King or something like that,
Looked like the Giant Lord, didn't it?
Yeah. But did they also say that he was a Lord of Cinder?
I'm pretty sure that was implied.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the cinders coming off him in the trailer as well.
I guess.
So that means that the
like
Giant
the
Lord
giant
from Dark Souls 2 could have been like a Lord of Cinder or something, and that's just like the Lord of Cinder. Or the person who links the fire at the end of the game, maybe it doesn't need to be like a human.
Right.
Gwyn probably wasn't very human.
Sure.
We're
human.
Right? Maybe the Giant Lord was like a kindler of the bonfire or something, right?
It's kind of an interesting concept. Yeah.
The chat's getting pretty turned on right now.
Do you see any bosses coming out from old games? I don't know. We only saw one boss, but it was a really cool boss.
Have you talked about that yet?
Which I think I had.
You said he appeared. You picked up the soul.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you pick up the soul of Proud Knight, and then like cutscene, boom. And like, it was a Dark Souls boss intro cutscene, as you would expect. Like, the player character turns around and like the doors are slowly closing behind. And then like something drips from the ceiling and like plops on the ground. And this very like wavy movement, like at first I thought it was like, well, there was like that leak screenshot, it was like the gopher thing or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's where the black mass.
I guess so. I thought that's what the boss was going to be, but no, like, down comes this, like, swirly figure, and did it, like, morph when it, like, reached the ground? I don't
It started, there was, like, droplets coming down from the ceiling, and I guess it sort of formed out of those.
Yeah.
It had, like, armor. It was about twice the size of the player character. It
Yeah.
had blue armor, and it was, like, the best way to describe the way it moved is, like, it was called the Dancer of the Frigid Wastes, or the Dancer of the Frigid Valley.
Right,
And it was twice as big, long, elongated limbs, and it was moving like, it never had any jarring movements or anything. It was never like, it never attacked you like that. It was always just like swinging like continuous
Some of
movements.
it,
Was
yeah,
really cool.
it was really, like, it was like a creepy looking boss, too. Like, the head was kind of like over here, and it was like doing this,
There's actually a promotional picture of it. I'll get to.
Oh, is there? Yeah, they sent us, they gave us the ability to grab some assets. So we might be able to get a picture of him for you. But as far as the boss fight went, they said that that fight in particular had 3 phases, and we saw 2 of them. He started out, he had this fire sword, and like wherever he would hit, it would like create fire. And like at first, you're just like in the stone room, and you're like, all right. He had very like floaty movements, but me personally, you know me, I love my PvE, and I was very upset with some things that Dark Souls 2 did, where they did like stupidly delayed attacks, like tracking you the whole time, like, and then you just be like, oh, come on, Smelter Demon 2.0, please. But this was like, it moved gracefully and had some delayed attacks, but it wasn't that like punishing sense that I got from Dark Souls 2. And honestly, the first phase of the boss looked pretty easy. Though keep in mind that that's me talking, so I don't know. He beats him, or he gets some damage in, uses various weapons to kind of show him off, and then it's nothing I haven't already described. And then, like, he enters phase 2, and he pulls out, like, this ash sword in his left hand. I thought it was ice, but Vaati clarified it was ash. I didn't pay attention.
I thought it was ash too.
Yeah. Oh, the guy said it was ash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, also, I failed to mention, I started saying, but, like, as the fight went on, like, from the guy's attacks, like, there was constantly fire, like, spreading throughout the room. And I'm not sure how much the fire hurt because they had the HUD off, but, like, even the pillars got, like, covered in flames.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a bad one. It was this guy. So he's kind of like
we can put a,
long limbs,
can you,
big thin sword.
are you able to, like, email me that or something?
Yeah, maybe that's
That might
easier.
work better.
I'm like real good at this trick.
Vaati has the sources for it. Yeah, like they emailed us like an FTP where we could download stuff. I just haven't done it.
The GameSpot article.
Oh, GameSpot article?
So type in GameSpot Dark Souls 3. 2015.
Let's see. I just did GameSpot Dark Souls 3. What the hell?
Yeah, it's like
Our systems have detected unusual traffic from your computer network. Oh, I guess that makes sense. That's under OBS.
Yep.
This one? Alright, let's see. Okay, yeah, this. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's kind of like an almost a Middle Eastern looking thing. It's got like this shawl, this mask that's kind of like, I don't know, for a description from a culturally insensitive person, I would say it's like a Persian like veil type thing. What am I doing here?
They're saying that picture is everywhere.
Oh, that picture is
It's quite
everywhere.
hard when you're like actually at E3 because you don't know.
You don't know what people are
If I
seeing.
wasn't at E3, I would know exactly what I was able to get my hands on.
Right,
Looking
right.
at every detail.
Right.
We don't have that perspective,
Right,
I guess.
But for people who haven't seen it, like this is what the boss that we saw was, and yeah, I mean that's the fire sword that he uses, and it's oddly like hunched over kind of, but moves super like gracefully and swiftly. So I don't know. It was a very cool boss. My theory was that the third phase, which we did not see, would be it combining like the axe sword and the fire sword into a great sword, and then maybe like moving super fast or something. Oops. There's chat there. Damn it! I didn't mean to do that. I have to do that. There we go. Ugly as fuck. It was beautiful actually. It was pretty. It was like an enchanting figure. You were just kind of like mesmerized by its movements and stuff.
Although that makes it look really small. It was always like standing up.
Oh yeah.
Bending backwards and doing all this weird shit.
I would say it's almost like
people are just like Artorias with fire.
Artorias with fire.
It looks completely different to that.
Nah, it was a weird pacing for a fight that I'm used to with a Souls game, because like it would kind of walk around and not give too much shits while you could like walk up and like hit it like once or twice, and then it would be like, now I'm gonna do this thing. Yeah. Anyways, thank you Raziel for the resub. Appreciate that. There's the one sub that you got me. Good job. Vicar, no, not Vicar. It wasn't slimy. Like from the intro part of it, like it formed out of like this. Assumedly, there's some sort of like corrupted essence or something. Like maybe because like that enemy, the swirling enemy from before, and like that thing. Like I don't know. Who knows? But one interpretation of it might be some sort of corrupted essence thing, and it formed out of that, and then it was like a solid figure with like wavy clothes and everything. I wouldn't say Vicar or anything like that, but it, I mean, it had the same kind of. It had cloth in it, so that's about it.
Halfway through the fight, I guess it was sort of setting everything on fire.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the fight, when he died, pretty much the entire room was just on fire. Like the pillars were on fire, the floor was on fire.
Yeah.
I don't think it hurt him to stand on it.
Right.
Well, interesting if it.
She wasn't doing any animation, but like we couldn't see his health either, so it might have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. They had God mode on or something, right?
I don't know. Like they might have also just been like, these enemies deal 0 damage, and then like boss deals 10% of health on it.
Because they really knew where they wanted to die.
Yeah.
It was cool, like when the dragon breathed fire on him, his shield actually became really charred and black.
Oh, I didn't notice that, no. I was just like waiting for him to die because he was not healing and blocking. And I was like, Estus, please.
It felt a bit unnatural, but demos always do.
Yeah. And they had mentioned it from the start that they were like, we've got, you know,
some idiot on Reddit gave the link to the Namco server. They care about the images.
Oh.
It's really bad for Namco, because it's not just Dark Souls 3 stuff on there.
Really? Wow. GG.
Look that up.
GG.
It's like anyway, password to like the internal server. Uh-oh. Someone did that.
That's so fail. It's him. No, I'm kidding. Any returning NPC? They didn't talk to any NPCs. Anyways, that was pretty much everything that we saw, and then they took a Q&A and people asked questions, and there's some various PvP related things, some things they could and couldn't talk about. They have summon signs, invasion signs, as expected. It's going to be soul level based multiplayer, not soul memory. Somebody asked about soul memory, and Miyazaki was like, what the fuck is soul memory? And everybody like laughed, and he was like, he had the most serious face on. He was like, what do you mean by soul memory? And the translator too was like, what do you mean?
It must be called something. Maybe that's, they never understood the word when they were like complaining about it.
Right.
What's that?
Right.
We asked that question like twice, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, soul level. That's good, right?
Yeah, so seemingly returning to Souls 1 and Souls 1 style multiplayer, which is, you know, that was great. They confirmed no arena, like no Dark Souls arena, but they had a follow-up to that, but I don't remember what they said.
They said something vague, like, we will be putting unique ways for you to connect to other people in PvP. So maybe not an arena, but maybe just like,
yeah. But
Girl maidens.
I don't know. I think we can rest mostly assured that it's not going to be like the Bloodborne style multiplayer interaction that is much harder to work with.
It's interesting how many different teams they have now. So like, Dark Souls 3's development started a year before Dark Souls 2 was released. Did you mention that?
No, it
Which is
didn't.
ridiculous. So Dark Souls 3 started around the time that Bloodborne started, both of which was before Dark Souls 2. So that's 3 teams. Miyazaki was on Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. And Dark Souls 2 was like messed up halfway through and they had to restart from scratch. So like, when they talked about the game, they only mentioned Dark Souls 1. They didn't mention Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Because that team didn't work on Dark Souls 2, you know? So they we didn't draw from that.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
But didn't they say that Bloodborne started like shortly after Artorias of the Abyss came out? The DLC?
Yeah. Was that a year before Dark Souls 2?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, they did say that the current release time is slotted for early 2016. Presumably like March-ish, around the same time as Bloodborne, but they didn't say that, so that's what it seems like. So a Souls game a year seems to be the goal, but
they've got 3 teams.
Yeah.
Actually, he clarified that Dark Souls 3 isn't going to be the last game in the Souls franchise because there was some debate going on about that, and then he went on and said like, or actually, it might not be the last one, but from this point on, the series is going to have like a significant turning point. So it might still be called Souls at the end, but like he said that From Software's developed sci-fi games in the past, like Armored 4, and ninja games like Tenchu. But yeah, so imagine like sci-fi Souls or ninja Souls.
Sci-fi Souls sounds amazing to me, like energy swords and shit. Like I don't even know, like
some cyberpunk setting or whatever.
Like the only thing I can think of would be like Space Marine, but not guns.
Robo Souls.
Yeah, Robo Souls. Light Souls. Yes, that's my thing, Happy Hobbit. As long as the games are good to play, like I wouldn't care if there's a new one every month. I'd be like, fucking sweet. Cat Souls, right. Sci-fi Ninja Cat Souls, absolutely. Assassin's Creed.
It's getting that way.
I mean, the release, Anyways.
One guy asked, like, is the AI any better? And the only thing I really noticed was that backstabs aren't easy to get on enemies because they're always following you. I mean, more than Dark Souls 2 even.
Sure.
Like in Dark Souls 1 you could cheese enemies and backstab them so easily, but in Dark Souls 3 it looks like they're following you all.
Watching the guy playing and like knowing how I would play, I was like, that enemy looks easy as fuck. But but you know, I mean,
it was the first level.
They didn't show off a whole bunch of different enemies, and they were kind of, you know, the basic enemies that you would see anyways. Although they did have 2 kind of big knights, right? Like, well, they had the 2 at the end, but then when like he walked up those stairs and one ran out of like the doorway, remember that? And we were like, whoa! Like one ran out from a doorway and like attacked at him. And I was like,
oh really?
Yeah,
I know there was the spear knight, and then there was like the greatsword knight. You mean that? Or?
Like right before the boss? It was like midway through, like before he died and went through the shortcut and everything. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways. They did say, I think, playable, or I think they're supposed to have hands-on and gameplay footage for Gamescom.
Was it Comic-Con or Gamescom?
I think it was Gamescom.
So that's like August?
September.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe August. Sure. Google! Gamescom.
Well, because the demo had like the control screen on it, so usually that means it's a demo that's ready for last time it was TBS or something.
September 8th. So that's when they should be revealing a bunch of stuff. Wait, August? What?
I don't know. Says August is games.
Gamescom site said September 8th, so I don't know. Got heated. Thank you for the resub, buddy.
Were the iframes? We saw them a few times. They seemed pretty stable.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't tell exactly, but the iframe seemed like Dark Souls 1. Like, we didn't see any of the stats or anything, so cannot confirm or deny like adaptability, but it seemed like Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, well, that's developed separately from media.
Although I think Dave asked, because I was like, before we went through all that, I was very adamant on like, they better have L3 to jump, or like in the option to do it, and I think he interviewed Miyazaki and actually got that as an answer, so that they would have L3 to jump, which makes me happy. Oh, somebody had asked about the hollowing, like, the hollowing effect or whatever, and how that would work in Dark Souls 3, and they said that they were still figuring out what they wanted to do with that, so.
Yeah, they give that generic from some we cannot talk about this that
Right, right. Wait for details.
Some guy was like, the resistance stat is back.
So what now?
The resistance stat is back.
Oh. Yeah. I feel like there's always going to be resistance. Although they could just lump it into endurance or something. Fieldy, are you there? Fieldy, you need to go resurrect Lobot. Because probably the power went off out or something.
I just hope that it's going to be tough. Like, you remember when we went from Dark Souls 2 to Bloodborne and healing was triangle and we were always like using up all our healing bars because we kept pressing triangle, which was change. Two-handed.
Yeah, two-hand.
So now it's going to be going in the opposite direction. We're going to be like two-handed when we want to heal and stuff.
Oh, Fieldy slept. Damn. Well, it is like 3 a.m. over there, so that's okay. Hi, Jaws guy.
Any hint in the demo from the sacrifice fountain? Nope. There was nothing.
Oh,
sacrifice.
In the demo itself? No.
That's weird. So you can drag a corpse around and then put your own bonfire wherever you want. It must be like a specific enemy type that can be dragged around and maybe like that. Like it can't just be everything.
Maybe. Jerp said that he had seen like on the ground where the bonfire was, there was some sort of like notable area that may signify a place you could put a bonfire. So maybe like there's only certain spots that you can bring a bonfire to, which would simplify the mechanic of like having to worry about people putting a bonfire out of bounds or some weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Specifying exactly where bonfires can go, but I don't really know how it would change the game much. I feel like it would just
put it in front of like a boss fight or something, maybe. But it's not like it doesn't seem like it's worth it. Like to drag a corpse around would probably take a long time. You might not be able to drag it where you want it.
All right. There was only one bonfire in the demo. Yeah. So and they didn't show off that mechanic at all. Were there any other details like outside of the leak? Has there been any information elsewhere of the whole bonfire dragging mechanic or whatever?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So I don't think we have info on that. Who's the guy on the left? That's VaatiVidya. You think I may want me to pull the bonfire with you? Well, see, I was thinking about how you would use that in gameplay. You'd be like, even if it was the thing where like specific points are for bonfires. Let's say there's 3 checkpoints, well, like 4 total bonfire spots before a boss. You would clear up to like the first bonfire spot and then be like, okay, now I can put my bonfire there. Then you would have to like run back and grab the bonfire and bring it there, or just be like, I'm gonna grab this nearby corpse and make a bonfire here, and then there would be tons of bonfire. I don't know. Like I don't even really want to comment on that because they haven't even confirmed that. So.
Might not even be real.
Yeah.
In the trailer we saw someone dragging a corpse. Like the first scene. Can't remember the scene.
In the trailer? No, I don't remember that. There was a trailer? Who were these tow guys? We're tow truck drivers?
Yeah.
Anyways. I guess we'll open up to Q&A. Who's the guy on the right? Well, I don't know who you're talking about. You're talking about me. What are bonfires limited sacrificial sword you find? Then that's the case. I don't know. What if bonfires were mimics and not? What were bonfires were how you feel? I don't know. What if anything? Is your character size customizable? They didn't do customization. Yeah, weight management.
I don't know anything about the soundtrack.
Did they have music during the fight though? If they did, I wasn't paying attention to it, unfortunately. Even though that's the thing,
I'm taking so much information.
Yeah.
Just trying to find it really good.
I was just staring at the with the boss fight. Like the whole time I was like,
bonfire mimics.
See,
how good an idea that is.
Yeah, bonfire and door mimics and ladder mimics.
Ladder mimics.
Yeah.
Did you see that art that guy did?
No.
Like, you get on the ladder and then it like pulls you up into its mouth.
Oh, that's
and like
good.
the only way to get off, you can like jump off the ladder.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's such a cool thing.
That would be
That would be so cool.
They show the boss name. Yeah, you had it. It was the
For Dancer of the Frigid Wastes or Dancer of the Frigid Valley.
Yeah.
Miyazaki said there would be no other town. He didn't say that in our session, but maybe he said it somewhere else. He avoided that question.
Redicon asked that, and then
he avoided it pretty easily.
He said it was going to be like something. Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have it.
Someone linked the bonfire. Bonfire.
Nice.
So good.
It's a pretty cool concept.
Very simple to go out.
Oh, that makes interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I've always loved the idea of a bonfire mimic. That makes too much sense.
They didn't talk about magic at all. And no one asked, which was a mistake. I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be devoid of magic. Special suite. What's this? Oh, from IGN? Stupid advertisements. Yeah, we read this. Yeah, I mean, we sat in with a bunch of press, so.
See Ego Raptor coming as well?
Yeah, I didn't see him. I don't even know what he looks like, but apparently Ego Raptor was like right next to us, also watching the Dark Souls thing. The Bloodborne. No, we haven't seen anything about Bloodborne DLC. Different factions. You mean like Covenants? I was gonna ask about Covenants, but we ran out of time, so and they never got to me.
Animations are fluid and realistic like Bloodborne, I'd say. I think that's basically it, right? I don't think I've talked much else in the video.
Well, there are probably some details, like lore details that I skipped over that were in the slideshow part of it. But
yeah, he said it was a post-apocalyptic world. The big thing is going to be...
Well, no, he didn't say post-apocalyptic. He said apocalyptic, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's happening now.
Yeah.
Shit's hitting the fan.
One interesting thing in the trailer, like, because we have a high-quality version, and some people have probably noticed this already, but, like, when you look at the crown on the inside, there's actually, like, a dark side symbol going around.
It's like swirling, yeah.
Maybe that means something.
It's amazing I'm streaming from the hotel's Wi-Fi. Well, I paid $15 for the premium Wi-Fi, which gives us like 3 megabit up and down. So
it's better than Australia.
Better than Australia.
How is that even?
Bonus. Talk about how populated it's going to be. There were no NPCs at all. Entropy, do what you think is best.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Do my video thing, so.
We'll let Vaati go. We'll keep an eye out for his video when it goes out, because I'm sure there's a billion more bits that I didn't even remotely catch. Scale of 10, how hyped am I for Dark Souls 3? So I'm really not the kind of person to express hype for anything, but I can do a number. I can say, I would say 9. 9 is my hype level for Dark Souls 3. Sorry, you cold? Yeah, okay. That was VaatiVidya joining me. The real VaatiVidya. Information on the beta and how to sign up. No information on that, unfortunately.
Just make sure you get platinum in every game. Because that's what they draw from.
Is that what they did? Like,
I think so. People who had platinum in Demon Souls were like, yeah, I got a beta in that.
Yeah, I guess that could be a thing.
Platinum, if you want to get in the beta.
Oh, my hype level for Doom! Dude, Doom 4 looks tight! I would say an 8 for Doom. Talk about Last Guardian. So, they have a Last Guardian, Horizon, and Uncharted 4, like, expo thing, booth. But it's this huge building, and it's all one experience, so you have to stand in line to see all 3 things, and I found that today, like middle of the day, and there's a fucking huge line. So I'm going tomorrow morning to get there in line as soon as possible and watch that. Because I want to see what that's all about. I don't think they have playable demos for that. But if anything, they hopefully have like a little more than they did on the E3 presentation, or the conference presentation. Was there Fallout 4 yet? Of course. I don't know that it was playable there, but they have like a Vault Boy that you can go take a picture with, and they have a fucking one of those droids that. I'm sorry, I'm not a really big Fallout fan, but they had an animatronic butler droid that like talks to you and shit. My opinion on For Honor, the game looks fantastic. I played it, and it is a 4v4. The thing that I played was a 4v4 kind of arena, capture the zones, ABC, and they had like a perk system that would unlock as you killed more enemies and stuff. It's very much a mix of like, it's slower than Souls. It's got chivalry aspects in the sense that you would like hold your weapon to either the left, the right, or up. And the way that works is you would hold L2 to lock on to an enemy. And then while holding L2, you press like left on the right stick, or right on the right stick, or up on the right stick, and that would adjust where you're holding your weapon. And if you're holding your weapon up and they are attacking up, because attacks are also positional based, if you were blocking up when they attack up, then you would parry and be fine. But so you gotta like keep an eye on where they're shifting their weapon to. It has, you know, quick attack, strong attack, and it's got a button for like push. You can like push the dude, kind of break his guard. Try and get a hit in there. But I was pretty bad at it. Like it was definitely a slower experience and much different than Dark Souls. But it's certainly a beautiful game. They had male and female choice, so obviously I picked a female character, and she looked fucking amazing. Like the armor and shit looks really good in that game. I did not see or play Unravel. Sorry, I don't know what that is. Hi Smash TV. You just met me the other day? Where did you meet me? That's a weird parry mechanic. Well, not parry like you think in Dark Souls. Like only a block. You're basically blocking with your sword. That's what I mean by parry. Did they sexify the armor? No. It's not that kind of game. It was very much like a, you know, appropriate plate armor female. We're talking with Man vs. Game. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. How's it going, man? Good to see you, buddy. You pick Knight, Viking, Samurai, and For Honor. The thing that they had was Knights. That's what I played. Did not see any female characters, Nikishimi. Oh man, thank you for the sub, Smash TV. Appreciate that, dude. Welcome to the wolf pack. I don't have my wolf puppet here. Sorry. Oh, they did give us this at the end of the demo and presentation, which is basically a hard drive containing Dark Souls 3, the game. Just kidding. It's a recharger. It's a portable recharger, which is fucking awesome. I've wanted to buy one forever, but you know, you charge this thing up, and then while you're out and about, you plug your phone into it, and it charges your phone up from a distance, which is really cool. Your heart rate for 1 second. Sorry. No, it's not Dark Souls 3 on a hard drive. I didn't know what it was. When we opened it up, I saw like a USB cable, and I was like, is this a fucking phone? Like, why did they give us this? Or like I thought it was a hard drive with like assets on it or something, but this is even better. Even better. Yeah, really good for an convention. I got my phone to like 20%, like midway through the day. I was like, ooh, plugged it in, good to go. And this has like 2 full phone charges worth of storage on it, which is fantastic. Also, here's my badge. They apparently put me down as YouTube. Apparently I work for YouTube, not Twitch. Huh?
YouTube gaming.
Yeah, oh yeah, I will soon. YouTube gaming. Peace Twitch, I'm out. Not really. Not really. Okay. If you guys have any questions, shoot. I probably won't stream for much longer because I want to wake up early and go to the Last Guardian and other stuff. Oh, I did, I talked lengthily, at length, with the creator of Salt and Sanctuary, and I also saw Death's Gambit. And I don't know about Death's Gambit, but Salt and Sanctuary, the guy was totally open to me being able to stream it like very soon, so that might be something that I stream like within the next week or so. But I'm planning. Did I get to hand out business cards? You betcha I did. I gave my card to the Death's Gambit guys and Salt and Sanctuary guys, and it's very exciting. Very exciting stuff. No info on Bloodborne DLC, unfortunately. My thing I'm doing for 100k follows. Oh man, what should I do? What do I do, Vaati? What do I do for 100,000 followers? Maybe I'll just play. I'll just
sing.
Huh?
Sing a song.
Sing a song.
Write one.
Write a song. Fetch Leah was at the presentation. I don't know who Fetch Leah is, we are Jeff, but
She is the head of Extra Life, the wiki.
She's the head of it?
I believe she created the website, yeah.
Okay.
So you met Jeff.
I met Frank?
Jeff.
Call him Frank. Oh, on the elevator. No,
On the escalator.
German Spy introduced me to Frank,
Yeah.
who was also a... Oh no, he was the Future Press guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the, they made the strategy guide for Bloodborne and stuff. But yes, that's right. Vaati introduced me to one of the guys from Fextra Life, Future Life, Fextra Press, whatever. I did not see Leah as you may think that I had. Anyway, what was I? There was something I was going to say. Oh, what I'm doing for 100,000 followers. I'll probably just stream for 100,000 hours straight. That sounds like a good idea. Do a first-person mod with VR for 100k followers. That's a little harder to set up with the second iteration of the Oculus. But we'll see. I am going to be playing a lot of Souls and Shadow of the Colossus when I get back. I tweeted that. Souls because I haven't played it for a while. I'm going to play a lot of Bloodborne. I do want to play some Bloodborne too. Shadow of the Colossus, I'm going to be running Shadow of the Colossus at Wolfpackathon, which is next weekend? Not this weekend, but the next. And that is, you can check the info on that in the ! event command that doesn't work right now because Lobot is offline, sorry. But yeah, challenge runs, yeah, I'd like to do some, there's some challenge runs that aren't on YouTube, and I could stand to do them again, maybe. I was somewhat considering a no heal, no bonfire, all bosses run, but that sounds scary, so we'll see. AB Start Selects, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Wolfpack. I appreciate that very much. How much is 100,000 seconds? Divide by 60. Oops. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Wait, that's a fucking... What do you... Oh, wait, that's minutes. No. Yes. No. Yes. That's 27 hours, right? Yeah, 27.7 hours. Yeah, I forgot minutes were a thing. So, yeah. I mean, I could do that. I'm down for fucking marathons everywhere. No heal, no bonfire, super weapon swap mod, 1 health, 1 stamina, NG plus 42 all bosses. Sure. Horizon looks amazing, Kifa, and I'm going to actually go to their booth tomorrow, so I'll have more details on that at a later time, but for now, I've only seen what you guys saw like on the conference, but it looked really cool. It looked really cool. Yeah. Tappa tappa. No chat room. Over encumbered run on Dark Souls 2. No, didn't do that. What's an RRPG? Any plans to enjoy LA as E3 winds down? Well, I mean, we got in Sunday. I got in Sunday early, checked into the hotel, and got our badges. And the evening was pretty free, so we just kind of hung out. And Monday we had absolutely nothing to do except watch the E3 conferences, because we couldn't get into those. Those are like press only or media and stuff like that. So we watched those from the hotel. So I generally just kind of like walked around. We're in Hollywood. Sorry, I keep wiping the dust off this laptop because it keeps accumulating. But I know the microphone is somewhere near where I'm doing that. Anyways, the hotel is in the heart of Hollywood, so we walked on like, you know, Hollywood Boulevard with all the stars on the sidewalk. Oh, actually, fuck! I forgot to post the best one. I still have. Let me grab that photo. Oh wait, I might not have that photo anymore. I hope I do. I don't think I have it anymore. I had like taken the picture on Instagram, but I think I don't think I posted it, so I think it's gone. But it was the star was Shrek. It was a Shrek star, and it was the best. Oh, I do have it. I might have posted it. I'm gonna post it now on Twitter. Let's see here. Damn it! I don't want to fucking talk about that. Yes, Shrek. Best damn star on Hollywood. Oh, fuck. Hollywood Boulevard. Hashtag Shreked. Shreked. Excellent. There you go. So what did you like most about Dark Souls 3 that you saw? In general, I was just very excited to see a Souls 1-esque experience with some brilliant new mechanics that I don't think will, you know, they'll add to the experience more than, you know, ruin it or be overpowered or things like that. You did have a challenge run for me. Finally, you're able to have your controller plugged in your computer and stuff until you PS4 and you're used to it. I mean, I would love to be able to play through 2 Souls games at once, but have you guys seen that? The only way I could see doing that is literally get like one client stuck in a corner or like some spot where he basically can't move anywhere without climbing or something like that, and then just go on the other one. Like Dark Souls 1 would just go kill a boss and then get him stuck in a corner, and then the Dark Souls 2 guy would get out of his corner and like go kill a boss, and then just alternate like that. Amazing. Yeah, absolutely, Truewit. Thank you for joining. They say that the shield break riposte isn't a thing anymore. Is there counter damage to a shield break, or is it normal damage just running the shield break? We saw riposting, we saw parrying, we saw backstabs, and we saw kicking. Looked all like Dark Souls 1, Nikushimi. There was no, we didn't see any shield break thing. It's not the thing where you knock the guy on his ass and have to like repost a couple seconds later or whatever. It's instant. It's instant. You're behind him, you hit R1, boom, you're entering backstab animation. Or you parried, you hit R1, you're immediately parrying again. So not like Souls 2 in that aspect. Although I could see PvPers going, oh god, the lag stabs, they're back. But I don't give a shit. I'm fucking PvE for life. So I'm happy. DS3 looks like more like DS1. It looks like Dark Souls 1 with Bloodborne engine. What we saw anyways. Not yet, We Are Geth, but I'm going to the booth tomorrow. They have a really long line, and I'm going to try and get there super early tomorrow and get in position for that. PvE for life, that's right. Yes, AB Start Select, it got announced at E3, and myself and like 11 other Souls community guys are here at E3, and they gave us a first-hand look at Dark Souls 3 gameplay. That's what this whole stream was about, kind of going over what we saw and all that. Man, I haven't talked that consistently for a while. My throat is parched. I need more water. I'm gonna see what kind of responses we have to that Shrek Shrek picture. Thank you, Hey It's Sleepy, for posting, hey, it's Peeve on the stream, and there's an image of Peeve, aka not Peeve. Good job, guys, you did it. Would you consider playing the next King's Field on future streams? If I do, it will not be for a while, I think, Irish Red. But I did like it. Oh, there you go. But there's Lady May to bring it back, saying it's Vaati and Lobos on stream. Although that look that I'm giving Vaati in that picture is questionable. Good night, Entropy. Take care. What do you speculate so far about the bonfire mechanics? I have no idea. They didn't show anything regarding that in the demo that we saw, so I got nothing for you. And I'm not really the type to speculate before I know specifics. Like, I'm a details kind of guy, so I'll just be patient and wait it out until we find out. Dark Souls 3 gameplay will be shown to public. Golem, in what we heard, is by Gamescom. Gamescom, which is in September, is when gameplay will be public, as far as I know. There's a bug in my room. You hear it chirping? I do not. You want flails in a Dark Souls game? Like a ball and chain mace would be pretty sweet. Yeah. That could be cool. Gamescom is in August. Why did I Google Gamescom and their website said September 8th? What did I look at? Gamescom Cologne 9/8/2015. Wait. I don't know. I must be looking at the wrong date. Cologne 05. Oh, it's because European, right? You guys swapped the date and the month. So instead of being 9/8/2015, to me, okay, yeah, it's in Europe. Yep, sorry, that's my mistake. They do the day and month backwards. That's just my scrubness. That's why. Technically, you swap? Well, I don't know. I don't care who swaps. We're both swap. European? Oh, European. Yes. You swap both ways. What was you see time period advancement in DS Future? I don't know. I mean, it was a neat idea in Bloodborne. I wouldn't say that they're going to full-on be like, here's a day-night cycle, but they might do something similar to Bloodborne, where as you progress through the game, environments will change, but I don't know. I'll be giving, you know, designer-type answers to the questions that I don't know. I will say, you know, that's a possibility. We could look into doing that, but that doesn't mean anything, though. Then a boss in Dark Souls 3 is on par with power and difficulty like the Ancient Dragon in Dark Souls 2. That boss is very cheesy. It's not really a good fight to me, in my opinion. Either you don't know what the fuck's going on and you're getting shreked constantly, or you know exactly what's going on and it's the most boring fight ever. So, I would prefer if it didn't happen that way. Like what time period the story is set in. It seems like it's all after Souls 1 and 2, because they talked about the lore revolving Lords of Cinder. The speculation is that there's the whole cycle that you play in Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, right? It's the age is coming to an end, and there's somebody needs to like ascend the throne, or you know, sacrifice themselves to continue the Age of Light or whatever. And these sacrificed beings, these heroes, are being resurrected as Lords of Cinder. And we were told that in the CG trailer, the big giant dude that stands up at the end, like, that is a Lord of Cinder, like, and they named him the Giant King. So somehow, like, they are one of, you know, in that guy's past, he did the same thing as any other chosen undead. And the presentation also described the protagonist, the character you play, as a dark hero who is tasked to go and slay these Lords of Cinder. So either they're resurrecting and they're doing something bad and bringing everything to a, you know, they also said it's an apocalyptic world, so, you know, shit's going down. So E3 is in Los Angeles. Dong diggity. I know, Gwyn was Lord of Cinders, and they had that written up there, and I was like, well, we're gonna see a Super Gwyn fight, like Dark Gwyn or something like that. I don't know. If the original Chosen Undead shows up, he will be naked with a BKH. Well, did you see my tweet about the fountain that they had there? Because there was very much a sword being thrust into a naked blue Dark Souls 1 character. Brandon! Oh god, Brandon Peeve is here too. No. Anyways, but thank you for the sub, Brandon. I've been hanging out with Oro Bobo Robo. And I confirmed that I was his friend today when I said that I was his friend. And I said hello to him. Anyways. Thank you, Brandon. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. You recommend Nickel Diner in downtown LA. Is it near the convention center? We're staying in Hollywood. So that's not convenient for us here, but if it's near the convention center, maybe go there for lunch or something. Oh, shoot! I don't know how you say that. Brandon is you're an enthusiastic person. And I'm not, what? Hold on. Getting messages and stuff. Alright. Alright. Oh, bo. Friendship confirmed. You just want to see the Dark Souls 3 character creation. I would love to see that. That would be cool. The Center's in downtown LA. Yes. Oh god, the pranker facey faces. Good night, Smash. Nice. Enjoy your last day of E3, man. Take care. Specific weapon types you would love for Dark Souls 3? Gigantic fucking swords. I would be happy if that was all that was in the game. I know other people wouldn't, but they already showed. We saw a great sword. Well, you know, great sword. That's the title of the weapon. They showed that off in the demo, so no, that's there. Hollywood, never leave that room. We had an interesting experience on the subway. Yeah. Huh? Oh, that's right. Dredico got video of that too. All right, so here's the story. We needed to go down to the convention center. It was the first day at E3. We're like, all right, well, we need to mosey on down there. There's a subway right near our hotel, so it took us a while to find it, but finally we find like the entrance, and we're walking down the steps, going down to the subway, and this guy comes up, and he was like, man, I bet you guys are going downtown. And we were like, yeah. And he's like, and those people are going to Disneyland. Okay, whatever. Kind of kept walking. He was like hanging out with us, and he was like, he asked what we were doing, and he was like, what do you do? And I was like, well, we're kind of all here for, and he's like, no, man, what do you do? And I was like, I play video games. And he was like, all right, what do you do? And like asking us what we do and stuff. And he was this very outgoing guy, and we go down, and there's like these little consoles where you purchase like a little card for the Metro Rail if you've never been on the subway or anything. And he like punches up like all these things, and he's like, there you go, man, that's what you need right there. That's a one-day pass. And we're like, like he basically prepped it up so all you have to do is slide in the credit card, and I was like, it's kind of sketchy. But there were like people there assisting us to put in, to like help us get cards as well, and they did the exact same thing. So I was like, okay, whatever. I paid the $4.50 or whatever, got the card, and was like, all right, guess we're good. And then I walked over to a map and started looking at it, and he was like, no, man, you don't need no map. Like, just go 8 stops. You go 8 stops, get off there, and you get off at 7th, and there you are. And we're like, we kept kind of like trying to double check on the map, but he's like, no, man, just 8 stops, let's go. We're like, what? We're doing all this chatting and stuff, and like he was an entertaining guy. I was entertained, so as we were going down, he was like, I gave him a few bucks because obviously he was in need as such, and I give him a few bucks, and we go and wait for the subway, and he just kind of randomly is like, all right, you got a video? You want to record this? And I was like, what? And he like walks over to the map that you can look at, and it's like this kind of big like plastic and metal pillar thing. And Dreaded Cone's there like with his phone, like, I guess I'll record. And he starts doing like percussion super loudly on the fucking map thing, and everybody around is like, what the fuck? And he just starts like rapping, and legitimately the rhythm and like his rapping was really good to like multitask all that, but like it was just kind of a awkward space to do that in, and everybody was just kind of like, what the fuck? And Dreaded Cone's sitting there with his phone like, how long do I have to record this? And about 3 or 4 minutes of that, the subway pulls up, and we're like, all right, good, let's go in. Let's go in. We're all done now. We got the subway. So we hop in the subway, and he starts like addressing everyone in the subway. He's like, good morning. And like nobody says anything. He's like, oh, we're going to try that again. Good morning. And everybody's just like, hmm. And the subway's moving at this point, and he's like, I forget if he threatened immediately, but he was like, somebody doesn't say good morning to me, or respond good morning, like, I'm gonna pull the emergency stop thing on the door, which just brings us all the way to a halt and like fucking screws up everything. And he's like, I'm gonna try one more time. Good morning. Like a couple people like unenthusiastically are like, good morning, whatever. And he's like, that's right. All right, cool. Then we come to a stop again, and some people get on the train or whatever, and he's like, yeah, he threatened with that first, and then he's like, if y'all don't say hello, what was it? Oh, if you don't say, how are you doing to somebody next to you that you don't know, I'm going to pull this train stop. And we're like, what the fuck? It's like, you don't need to threaten us to like say hello to the guy next to us. And he actually like pulled down, there's like this little ball on a string that you pull down. I guess he didn't pull down all the way, but it's like fucking out of the thing, and I thought he pulled it. I was like, well, we're fucked. Like, we're not going to be able to get there in time. But I guess it didn't fully activate it. And somebody was like, are you serious? Like, as soon as he pulled it down, and we're just like, actually, like, right before he did that, he was like, son, I better hear somebody ask somebody how they're doing. And so I was just like, I pointed at him, and I was like, how are you doing? But he kind of just, like, ignored it and, like, pulled the thing down anyways. And we're just like, what the fuck is happening? Video link. I don't think it's uploaded yet anywhere. Anyways, he ends up not setting the thing off or whatever, and we get a couple more stops. Some more people get on, and then, like, he, like, asks if one of the guys standing could, like, move. And then he starts doing the rapping again, like, on the side of the subway, and it was so loud, and everybody is just like, most of the people were on there, like, going to work. It was, like, 10 in the morning, and they're just like, what the fuck? And so eventually Dreaded Cone is like, let's go. We stop, and he's like, let's move it. He's distracted. Yeah. He also, like, some lady came in with, like, a baby, and he was like, I mean, he seems to genuinely have, like, good intentions, just going about it entirely the wrong way. Because, like, the lady with the baby got on, he's like, now somebody better stand up and give this lady a seat. Like, if she doesn't have a seat in 3 seconds, you know, I'm pulling the thing. He just kept threatening in such the weirdest ways. Anyways, that was probably the highlight of the trip. The weird highlight of the trip. That was not video game related or experience related. I also left out that we went to Dave & Buster's this Monday night when we were here. Monday night? Sunday night? Monday night. Monday. So that was fun. We all played at the arcade and stuff. I'm going to tweet it when it's up. Oh, is Vaati in chat? Are you stealing my viewers? No, okay. No, I don't see you here. Are you? Yeah. Is your name VaatiVidya?
Yeah, I'm not moderating. I'm just laughing.
Oops. Just laughing in the comments. Yeah. Fair enough. Interesting, and I never want to meet this person. Yeah, so we just keep joking about, like, and the subway is actually a really super good way of getting downtown, but now we just take, the reason we took the subway, we get a shuttle, E3 shuttle. We get a shuttle from the hotel, but it's basically a bus that you have to wait for, and it goes through LA traffic in the middle of E3, and it's not very fast. But the reason we didn't take it that day was that we had to be there at 10 to, like, prep for the E3 thing, or for the Dark Souls 3 thing. The buses that day did not leave until 10 because the expo floor didn't open until noon. So we were like, can you say ambitious like you're in a video? Don't feel pressured to say anything, Vaati. Don't let the people tell you what to do. Yeah, anyways. If you guys have any questions or things that you may want me to go look at E3, I've looked at a lot of the stuff, but The only thing I've played is For Honor, and I already described that game and what I thought. If you want to see that, you can just watch the VOD or something. Good night, Golem. Thanks for joining. Where do I get all this awesome music that he plays in the background? This is on Spotify. This is the one-ups for awesome. It's confirmed that there will be a single-player Hey Revolver, but I don't know like to what, like how the gameplay will be at all. The only thing they had there was a multiplayer thing. The guy that was there said that there would be a single player. The QA dude that was helping me out. I'm going to grab a drink again, so I'll be right back. Enjoy this. Enjoy the musics. Waifu fluffy pillow bows. I guess I can describe the E3 floor for you guys if that's something that interests you. If you've never been to any sort of like gaming convention, imagine if a Walmart was emptied out and they had it's like a science fair where kids are making their billboards or their what the fuck is the word for that? Their foldy board things, the big cardboard things. But instead of those, they have like very wide one-story houses that have games and PCs and shit all on display. Ragna, thank you for the resub. Displays. There's like a board. Poster board, is that it? It didn't sound right, but whatever. Yes, that. Yeah, so you walk into like this hollowed out Walmart, and the first thing in like the main hall is EA's got this ginormous fucking 2-story like booth. There's like a huge carpet area, and surrounding it is like a big like 2-story thing that they there's like an indoor part to it where they are showing people games and stuff. But there's a Battlefront line, which is massive. They have 3 different places in the entire E3, like very different places that you can play Battlefront, and they're all fucking full as shit. They had a really cool, they had like this display that's huge, and it's like a crashed snowspeeder, and there's a, sorry, is it snowspeeder? Not snowspeeder. The snow, God, I can't remember the name. In the Battle for Hoth, the actual ships, it's not a speeder. But you can get on a snow speeder, and it like fucking lanes left and right, and you take a picture with that. Battleborn is a game you want to know about. I keep passing the Battleborn booth, and I'm like, yeah. So I really don't know a lot for you, unfortunately. Is a snow speeder? Then what? Then what I'm talking about that you get on is the things that you ride. They ride in fucking indoor. The jungle speeder. Speeder bike. It's a speeder bike. That's right. That's why I thought speeder. Snow speeder, speeder bike. It's been a long time since I talked about the old movies. When I worked at BioWare, it was all about the Old Republic, which all that shit was different for some reason. I did not see Cuphead on the floor yet, but one of our guys, Trenticon, he said he played Cuphead, and it was really cool. Watching the trailer, I was like, oh, this is just like a 30s cartoon. Like, I'm just watching a cartoon. Then I realized it was gameplay. Like, that game looks fucking amazing. Super cool. Yeah, I was disappointed with a lot of Nintendo stuff. Although Star Fox looks great. Yoshi's Woolly World, I'm absolutely getting. And Mario Maker looks cool. Oh, it's Luke Skywalker. Yeah, did you see my tweet? I was like, play as Luke Skywalker. Make it rain. Get it? Skywalker rain. Anyways. Yeah, I'll see if I can find Cuphead tomorrow. Yes, Cuphead. Not Cupman. Cupman. DJ Cupman. Triforce Heroes. See, I never played Four Swords, so I don't really know what that's all about. Skywalker. So you're around seeing the city and around Hollywood. Yeah, we walked around Hollywood. Like downtown LA, not so much, but I've been to LA a bunch. Fieldy's parents live like an hour north of LA, so I used to fly here all the time when she lived here. There was not a hands-on demo in Laps, but I described in detail a hands-off demo that Miyazaki actually gave to us, being Souls content creators. So if you want that info, a lot of guys are putting stuff out. Vaati's editing the video as we speak, or if you want it super immediately, you can rewatch this VOD once the stream is done. After Super Mario Maker comes out, you should wait a week and do challenging maps that we all make for you. Dude, absolutely! Opinion on Dishonored, did I play the first one? Didn't play the first one, so there's not much I can really say about Dishonored 2. And you've seen more than I have, honestly. Hi, Enotech! We need a Lobos Muppet? Yeah, Dark Souls 3, yeah, we've already seen gameplay of it, Buildo Fire. Anything about the new Mass Effect on E3? There was like some CG thing. What is it called? Mass Effect Andromeda? Google Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh, besides the short trailer. Oh, I don't think so. I don't remember what Firewatch is, but the name is familiar. Good night, DJ Cliche. Take care. Oh, I guess I'll continue. The interesting points of the expo floor. Capcom's got a big Street Fighter setup. They have this stage where there's people cosplaying as Street Fighter characters, like Ryu, Chun-Li, Cammy, M. Bison. That's all I saw. But they have this half circle of like SLR cameras that they do the thing where you do an action pose and they simultaneously take a picture from like every angle, and they really quickly splice it together and do like this like 30-degree like rotation where you can see it, like it's basically you floating in midair. And you can go do it, take pictures with them. It's pretty cool. The highlight of that, of course, is just Cammy's butt, but whatever. Do you ever feel like you're talking to yourself when you stream? I'm talking to myself all the time when I stream, of course. That is like what streaming is. Like if you're playing a game and you're not specifically interacting with chat, you're just talking to yourself. And I do that a lot, even like when I'm not streaming. So there was that. There's Yule Twitch booth where they're doing the live streams and stuff. How hyped am I for FF7 Remake? I'll play the shit out of that, yeah. And by that I mean I'll play it once and do all the things and be excited for it, but I mean I've only beaten Final Fantasy VII like twice, and not like recently too. All streamers are crazy, that's mandatory. Oh right, talking wrestle. They had no Bloodborne DLC info, but we'll see. What else was interesting? Like Doom 4's got like, they've got like the giant like life-size Revenant you can go take a photo with, but I was like, eh. I haven't been doing the kind of like touristy things as much. Pillow straps. My speed running my bed. Hi Chungus. Good night, Soulless Code. Firewatch is that cartoon-looking 3-to-1 where the guy's a walkie-talkie and is talking to a girl in trailer. They give out lots of free swag at E3. If you stand in the lines and play the games, a lot of the places will give you swag, but I don't do that. I'm way too lazy. Unless it's a game I really want to try. Like, For Honor I wanted to try, and also when I went there was only like a 40-minute wait. So I got in there pretty quick. But that's the only thing I stood in line for. The other thing that I'm going to go stand in line for tomorrow is Last Guardian, Horizon, and Uncharted 4 has one booth that they share, and you go in and I think they do a presentation or something. Good night, Michael. And hello, Tyus. New Mirror's Edge, I want to see more of that. They have that playable too. Hell yeah, I'm interested in playing No Man's Sky, and confirmed for PC, so... Oh, I don't think Last Guardian has a playable demo. Like, the thing that's the three of them, I think you go in and you watch a presentation. Like, they'll probably show more than they showed at the press conference, but I don't think there's a playable demo at all. Who knows? Who knows? What else was crazy? There was a small booth called Game Church, I think, and at a very specific time they handed out free beer. So I went to the Game Church booth and got free beer. Thank you, Lee Darkspear, for providing a new way to spell that for me to ban from chat. You are a gentleman and a scholar, and you have helped. You and many others have helped to make my chat as clean as it is. Shenmue! I need to play the first Shenmue. That's going to be happening for sure. I've got my Dreamcast in the closet. Closet Dreamcast type. Free beer and become religious, yeah. Although they had a pretty fucking sweet poster that was like, I don't remember what it actually said on the poster. It's not this, but it's something to that effect. It was like something like Jesus will wreck you or something like that, and it's like Jesus dressed up as like Ryu, and it's got like Street Fighter graphics and like he's fucking uppercutting. It's ridiculous. I look like a fat guy from that camera angle. Yeah, it's weird because my shirt's closer to the camera, so it looks bigger. Looks like I have a really small head. Could I do this? There you go. What's up, guys? Anyways, I gained a lot of weight at E3. Not as good. You're looking normally now, I'm skinny. But, oh. Fat boss. Dude, why not bring your mic headset, homie? Because I don't want to bring a $600 microphone just for... I wasn't even sure if I was going to stream. I just did it because it worked out, but... whatever. Fat boss. Oh. I'm more than 90 pounds. Will I play Gears of War on PC? Probably not. I played Gears of War 1 when that first came out, and that was cool. And then I played like 30 minutes of Gears of War 2, and I was like, Alright. I'm gonna sign off in about 5 minutes, so if you got anything you're itching to ask, get it out now. Or forever hold your peace until I get back. Or you tweet it at me or something. As part of Open Broadcaster Software, #1 Rebel, or OBS. Killer Instinct on PC! Yes! I have not played that because it's an Xbox One exclusive. And Killer Instinct was like the one fighting game that I fucking loved as a kid. Hot Hollywood grills there? Dude, there's hot grills everywhere. Everywhere you look. Bye, Billy Bob Dole. Most hyped game for you. Dark Souls 2. Last Guardian. Salt and Sanctuary looks really good. What's Body doing right now? Like, not editing, but what else? What? Somebody said... Oh, I was asking for questions, and somebody said, what's Body doing right now? Like, not editing, but what else? He's editing.
I was watching a stream. It just reminded me of
I mean, he's popping in there to watch chat occasionally, but any games you were looking out for but had a no-show at E3? Yes, but I don't remember what. Is that the one game from the Sony conference that's like Monster Hunter? That's Horizon. That's what I'm going to see tomorrow, kinda. Mirror's Edge 2 looks... yeah, I haven't seen much of that, but I'm excited for the prospect. Hi, Ethan. Thank you. I am having a good time. Am I going to play Dishonored 2? I didn't play 1. Alcaora, the thing that I'm going to tomorrow is combined Last Guardian, Horizon, and Uncharted 4. So, I will see more things, but I'm really only going for Last Guardian and Horizon. I'm not really an Uncharted fan. I have played Metroid Prime, but I didn't finish it. Will I at least try out 4? Probably, Bunny-chan. I had mentioned playing through New Vegas, and then 4 when it eventually launches. Vaati do lore streams. No, Australia has sad internet, so he just does the YouTube thing. Although I did see him stream once, the Sunken King DLC, when that came out. That was a long time ago. Persona 5 hasn't really had any presents, but you know they had ads on the badges. I don't think it was Persona 5, sorry, 5 on it. It was the dancing, the rhythm game, the Persona rhythm game. Because it was like, come to the Persona booth and dance, and you get a free t-shirt. But I didn't really care at all. What the fuck? Oh, see what I've done. When you saw Dark Souls 3, did it look a lot like the screenshots that were leaked? Yes. Description of the screenshots look like Dark Souls 1 a lot. The game looks like Dark Souls 1 in the Bloodborne engine, Sterler. Watch this VOD or any of our content, like, fucking Frosty has a Reddit post that's fucking like 3,000 words. Vaati is editing a video right now, like there's gonna be plenty of stuff out there. No, Cyan, I was talking about on the badge. You're saying advertise on the badge? Although it did have an advertisement on the other side too, so that might have been for Sunfire. Anyways. Hello, Kimu. Will I play Final Fantasy 15? I plan to. It had no HUD to Jack. They're still working on the HUD, so there was no HUD there. But I would expect something similar. We'll see.